Hey guys, this is my 2007 BMW 525i, and it definitely has a bad battery. It's been sitting a long time, but it's time for a new battery because I've had this car for like 5 or 6 years and it still has the original battery that it came with. I actually worked for a BMW dealership for about 12 years. However, I've since moved on. I can jump start it and drive it, but even if I turn it off just for 10 minutes and try to restart it, it won't start unless I jump it. Let's go ahead and remove the old one. So we'll come back here to the trunk, and the battery on this vehicle is gonna be under here. So I'm just gonna move all this stuff and show you how to access the battery. Okay, we got everything moved out of the way. I just gotta lift this floor cover up, and I still have my little holder. It just goes up there. I love how these E65 series actually have spare tires, which a lot of BMWs don't. This cover off super easy. If you're lucky enough to still have these little clips on here, you just give them a 90-degree turn and they should pull out. You don't even need any special tools. Just your fingers, and then there's this little handle. Just kind of pull up and pull that out of the way, and there's the battery. So first, let's remove this little bar, and it's a 13 millimeter. And another one over here. It's a little bit recessed. Pull that out of the way. Remove the power supply, so I don't want this thing trying to power the car without the battery in there. And then we can disconnect the battery. Always disconnect the negative first. It's a little 10 millimeter. Just have to turn it a little bit and pull that off. And it's gonna try to find a spot to kind of stick this so it's up out of the way, or else it makes it a pain to get the battery in and out. And while we're there, there's this little 10 millimeter bolt right here. Hold on, spark out. That's why I like to just kind of put it under a wire harness, and hopefully the whole thing will come out. This is the battery hold down. There should be, well, there was like a little O-ring on here to keep that from falling off. And then we'll probably just disconnect this clip right here, this cable, and then you can remove the top for the battery. It just goes off to the side. Positive terminal is kind of hidden, but we can get to it. This is like an explosive charge thing that kind of goes off with your airbag, so it disconnects the positive cable. But anyways, it's another 10 millimeter. You don't have to take it all the way off, just loosen it. And that pulls off the terminal. And then don't forget the battery vent, and you want to make sure it's not broken and it's hooked up properly. I just kind of work it off with the screwdriver there. And you want to make sure that when you put the new battery in that you don't squash that on top of it. Move that out of the way the best I can. It's a little bit of a pain. Sometimes it helps to use a bungee cord. But anyways, now we gotta lift the battery out of here. And unfortunately I can't do it because I'm not allowed to lift over 50 pounds right now because I completely exploded one of the vertebrae in my back and I had to have a fusion. And I'm up doing a lot of stuff, but I'm not supposed to lift over 50 pounds, so my dad will help me with this. It's a little bit of a pain and kind of awkward for your back. What I might recommend you do is kind of just like lay over here, especially if you have back issues, and like lift it up from here rather than kind of like twisting your back around here. This one's not that bad. Some of the 3 Series are a pain in the butt, but this one has a good amount of room.
Old battery was a 110 amp hour lead acid, and the new one is a 105 AGM.
There you go.
How's that?
That's good. I can do the rest.
Yeah, I figured that. Okay.
Thank you. So hopefully your vent hose isn't damaged. And you want to check the bottom portion as well. I'll just slide that in. And I found the little hold down washer. Some of them will be O-rings. This one is metal. But I think it just kind of threaded off of there when I unscrewed it and installed this. And I believe it goes this way. Make sure to thread it in by hand because you really don't want to cross thread that thing. nice and snug. And next we'll put the positive terminal on. And positive goes first. Should look like that, with a little bit of the terminal popping up. I'll just snug it up by hand. And I'll just snug it up with a hand ratchet. Throw the cover on, and then throw on the negative terminal.
I forgot to show it, but make sure the negative terminal clamp is all the way on and tightened up just like the positive, and don't forget that little plug that we disconnected.
Then install the safety bar. And then slide this back in. And don't forget the clips. Put this down and fill your trunk up with your junk. Okay, I got my Foxwell BMW full system scan tool plugged in and doing the vehicle test. This is a Foxwell BMW scan tool with lifetime updates. I have another video on it. Okay, from here we'll go to special functions, then battery, and then register battery exchange. And let's look at the number 1, the history. And it looks like a 110 amp hour lead acid battery was stored in here last. We'll finish that, and then let's go to battery programming. All right, we'll go back to register battery exchange, and we'll do number 2. So I got the engine off, key on, and we'll do number 3, enter battery exchange from normal lead acid to AGM. Say yes. This aftermarket battery did not have a matrix code, so I'll just hit OK without entering anything. And it looks like the exchange was successfully entered. And we'll enter the time and date, and then we'll go to battery programming. And it doesn't look like there's an option for a 105 amp hour AGM battery in here. So we'll just do the highest one, 90 amp hour AGM. So that way the car will just know to charge it to 90 amp hours, and then that extra 15 will be like a reserve. And yep, we already did the battery registration function first. Key on. So I gotta plug in the charger. Then we'll try it again. Okay, we got the charger on, 13.2 volts now. Hit OK. Coding in process. Coding successful, that's what I like to see. All right, turn ignition off. Wait 10 seconds. And then turn it back on. Hit OK. And then we'll go back to register battery. Number 1. Oh, and there we go. 90 amp hour AGM. And there we go, guys. Brand new battery, properly installed in the BMW. And it'll be nice to be able to drive this thing again. Thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.